So when you did the traffic poster, what made you think to pull this image?
Because I found it on this little piece of paper.
Because you had done it and you found it and you just thought it was a cool image?
Yeah, yeah. So I just decided since they were looking up, I would do a perspective. And it
Okay.
was in perspective. So I did a little floor they're standing on with a checkerboard.
Yep.
And then this all around here is press type.
Yep.
You see it's press type. It says Fillmore East, and then up at top, I think it says Pilgrim presents in New York.
Right.
Thick blue chair, iron. It was the only press type that was hard to read.
Why would you choose a type that was hard to read?
Because everyone was saying, well, you can't read the West Coast type. So I decided I would do one where you can read the East Coast type.
Okay, so let's talk about that for a second, because Josh White had mentioned that as well, which was the Fillmore West had an established posters and an established graphic look, right?
And an established group of artists.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't forget that part.
Wes Wilson, Mouse.
Very important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bill
Not
Graham's.
Wes Wilson. Wes Wilson was from Canada.
And Bill Graham's wife as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So your style became iconic and very different, but it's ironic that your first poster, you almost tried to, are you saying you tried to make it look like the West Coast?
Yeah, I was trying to be more true to the West Coast.
Uh-huh.
And so I chose this type. This press type. And of course, I press typed all this around I don't know how I did it. I did it very carefully. So I had to draw all the perspective lines from these letters. And then I painted everything in watercolor. And I used pink, orange, and black, 3 colors.
Right.
And
now, you had mentioned that hot pink and hot orange were favorite colors of yours.
Yeah, well, that was psychedelic colors.
Yeah.
Especially if they were close value, and then your eye would do this.
It would almost strobe, if you will.
Yeah, it would try to focus on one color or the other, and it would not. Your eye wouldn't want to do it.
Wait, interesting. Is that a hallmark of psychedelic colors?
Yes. It's one of the major hallmarks of psychedelic art. Yes. Well, if the colors are close value, your rods and cones have trouble focusing on deciding what color it is. And it kind of wiggles in your retina. And that's part of psychedelic art.
Right.
If you're really high, then you just stood there and looked at it as it popped around.
Yeah.
And you went, ooh, I'm so cool.